so let's get this started. I'm past character creation, but here's my wood elf. His name is Elizrim, following typical Bosmer naming conventions. And I'll be completely honest, I am re-recording this. Sorry about that. I'm re-recording this because I tried to stream and record at the same time and it did not work out well. It was more a collection of still images than a video. So I'm going to re-record this up to the point where that first stream ended and try and remember everything I said. So
my child.
I
Choose where your new life shall begin. Twisted hand of fate.
Is this coming out of the... For a moment I thought it was coming out of my computer as well. Computer speakers. So, I have the difficulty on the legendary. I have save on travel off so that it will load a little bit faster. Got my subtitles on. I will use survival mode at a certain point, but not to start off the game. I chose vanilla start just because I like it that way. So, this opening cutscene has been seen by me dozens of times and most other people. So I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna kind of talk over it for most of it and explain what I'm doing in this playthrough, the restrictions and challenges I have set for myself in doing so. So typically, you will loot a lot of things in this game and sell your loot or use it. In joining the Thieves Guild, which I will be doing fairly early in this playthrough, the man who recruits you will say something along the lines of, "Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you're carrying, eh lad?" And typically that is true. I am going to approach things a little bit differently. I am going to make my gold not through looting corpses and dungeons, but instead by chopping wood and harvesting crops for farmers, making and selling potions and armor, and enchanting some of the things I make. And like I said, I'm playing on legendary difficulty. Once I have a house, I'll turn on survival mode. And also, the weapons and armor that I use will be things that I made myself rather than things I find or quest rewards or bought from a blacksmith.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Let's look around a little bit. We got Rayloff and Lokir and Ulfric in this cart with us. So, I chose the Bosmer, actually the very first character I ever made when Skyrim released was also a wood elf. But Bosmer was suggested to me by a friend for this playthrough. So I decided to do that. They're not their racial power is not particularly helpful, but it's fine. I do enjoy archery in this game, and Bosmers start with a high archery skill, and they make decent thieves. Of course, I'll do basically every faction at one point or another. But Thieves Guild will be early on. The Radiant quests might actually be useful for once if I'm not getting gold through looting. So gold will be acquired through tasks and quests. May even do a bounty every now and then if I'm really hurting for a little bit of gold. But this is Anniversary Edition, so I do have one way to make obscene amounts of gold basically right from the start. Now I do have a mod that lets me pick and choose what from the Anniversary Edition is actually installed. So I don't have all of the Anniversary content enabled, but there is a fair bit of it. I have a modest mod list, maybe 15 or so, mostly quality of life things. You can probably tell just by looking at the areas and the characters that graphical mods are not my focus.
You've got to tell them we weren't with you. This is a mistake.
So we're gonna get going here. You can tell that I'm an Imperial at heart because I also love a good list. I will be joining the Empire at some point in this playthrough. That is non-negotiable. I am not a Stormcloak, and never will be again. I was in my first playthrough and have joined the Imperials every time since. So when I first recorded this, Lokir glitched out. Let's see if he does again.
Halt! You're not gonna kill me.
Archers!
Oh, they got him this time. Last time they missed and he just kept running.
Step forward.
Who are you? Not many wood elves would choose to come alone to Skyrim. Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
Forget the list. He goes to the block.
By your orders, Captain. I'm sorry. We'll make sure he remains returned to Valenwood. Follow the captain.
Do not return my remains to Valenwood, please. The green pack cosmers will eat my body. Just bury me here.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice.
I like using the alternate start mod because this whole thing plays a little more smoothly. If you do it normally without, you have to pause to get your character when Hadvar says, "Who are you?" And use the alternate start. You've already made your character, so it just keeps on going.
Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the eight divines upon
For the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over with.
Nirn.
As you wish.
I may be an Imperial, but respect to this guy.
Come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
And goodbye.
You Imperial bastards!
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
Darn, all the funny stuff that happened last time isn't happening this time. His body kept moving last time.
Wood elf.
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
I said next prisoner.
To the block, prisoner.
The typical Elder Scrolls series opening where I am a criminal and this time I'm about to be executed. Isn't that wonderful? I wish they would at least, remove the previous head. So, I decide what muscle is most sore when I'm doing this, and make sure my controller is resting on it when the dragon lands, because the rumble in the controller is potent. So, I will be able to control my character in just a moment. Hopefully. And I'm just gonna run through this very quickly. Rayloff will try and talk to you. Come up here. Dragon pokes his head through. I'm just gonna jump right past him. Took more damage than I expected there. If you just run through, know the path, the sequence will progress to the next point as you pass certain checkpoints. I'm going to go with Hadvar to start off this. If you're looting, it may be to your advantage to go with Rayloff, as Imperial armor sells for a great deal more than Stormcloak. But as I am not looting things and need to craft things, I'm choosing to go with Hadvar, because his uncle is a blacksmith in Riverwood, and if I go with him I can take the iron and steel ingots from outside his shop immediately. So Hadvar will be my pick today.
Looks like
So if you sprint into someone, it will skip their current dialogue,
we should keep moving. Come here.
and until he decides to do so,
There you
I
go.
can't do anything
Look around.
with my
There
hands.
should be plenty of gear
I will
to
take
choose
this little bit of
from.
gold.
See if I can find something for these bros.
So right now, I have a flame spell and a healing spell. I have command animal, which won't really help me. I have a little bit of resistance to poison and disease, which I guess is nice. I'm not going to take the stuff from this chest, except for the key, but I will open it to progress the quest marker.
Let's keep moving. That thing is still out.
I'll go ahead and pull this chain, because I'm not going to wait for him to do it. I will drop a quick save here, but I'm mostly replaying this
Come on,
so
this way.
still. But it's still important that I drop some saves here and there so that if something
We need to get moving.
glitches out, I have something I can restore.
Give me a minute.
So I'm just gonna go into sneak here and wait for him to go through.
Stormcloaks. Maybe
Talk
we
to the
can reason with
Stormcloaks first.
them. Hold on now. We only want to.
Wait for them to aggro onto him because I'm playing on Legendary, so I don't want them to attack me. Short bursts with flames is far more effective for damage than a continuous stream, both in terms of magic consumption and the actual damage you deal. So for the moment, this is my only way to deal damage, and will be for most of this opening sequence. I'll check what they have in case they have like some lockpicks or gold or something, but they typically don't. And I have no magic right now. My most recent character before this was a mage, so being low on magic just feels so painful right now.
You win. I submit.
Oh goodness, Hadvar. That was unnecessary.
Let me see. Get that door open.
And this is Gunyar. I took a key, but he already had a key. I'm going to check these large, well, basically everything. For cabbage, potato, leek, and tomato. I want those things because you can use them to make a soup that restores health and stamina over time, and that stamina healing is broken in a good way.
Look out! Damn, that dragon doesn't give up easy.
I'm gonna go back into sneak. I don't know that I'm going to get much sneak experience while I'm in here, and it really doesn't matter because once I'm done, I'm going to just go back to the previous save I made. Once again, allow them to aggro onto Hadvar. Hadvar cannot be killed in this opening, so let him take the damage, because with no armor and legendary difficulty, these guys will take me out in basically one hit.
I'll make you won't leave Skyrim alive. I cannot best you.
Alright, that's the first guy down. And Hadvar will finish him here.
No one here now.
So I can't take the potion because I can't use potions I find. I have to make my own potions. Normally I take the wine because it sells for a little bit. But I can take the frost miriam and the garlic braid and the elves ears, more garlic, and take all these ingredients and use them to cook later. Once again, I'll look at the barrel just to advance the quest. There's 36 salt piles in this sack. That is not normal, but one of my mods makes salt more plentiful because I need it to cook, and I don't feel like there's enough salt in the game. So, one of my mods adds more salt to containers and bodies and such. There's also one that adds it to merchants, general goods merchants now sell salt as well. So I'm going to save periodically so that if I die again, as I did before when recording this, I won't have to redo too much. Let's see if I can keep the torturer's assistant alive again. Oh no, he died very fast. Well, that makes things a little bit more difficult, but it's not necessary to continue. I'll make sure that this one is finished off. My flames probably didn't help. They probably would actually kill the torturer's assistant. Man, Hadvar's just going off. Does he have anything I want? Well, I'd love that armor, but no. I'm gonna come in here. There's a couple lockpicks I can take. And the Brief History of the Empire, Volume 1. I like the books in this game. I read them regularly. There's also Book of the Dragonborn over here. And in here I can take the lockpicks. I'll leave the potion.
Come with us. We need to get out of here.
You have no authority over me, boy.
Didn't you hear me?
I thought Hadvar was
Wait a second.
well, I guess he's not he hasn't been promoted yet.
Lost the key ages ago. Poor fellow screamed for weeks.
There are 3 cages here. Hadvar will give me 12 lockpicks to add to the 6 I've already found. See if I can at least pick the novice level locks without breaking any. I promise I don't suck at lockpicking, but sometimes it takes a little bit to get going. I will loot this body for the gold and the things I can disenchant later. Again, I'll leave the potion, but I will take the spell tome for sparks. I love sparks, but it doesn't do as much damage to the enemies in here as flames will. So I'll keep using flames for now, but when I encounter some mages, I'll remember that I have sparks.
There's no way out of that.
I'm going to go ahead and pick all of these locks. There goes my first lockpick. There's not a whole lot in these cells, but getting that early lockpicking level is always nice. This particular one does have a coin purse and a skeleton with bone meal and gold. I will save again, even though I lost the torturer's assistant. More skeletons with gold and bone meal. If they're going to leave prisoners here long enough that they turn into skeletons and I can get some bone meal, then I will do that. So I'm gonna keep moving. This next room is probably the most difficult in the opening area. There are quite a few enemies, and if the torturer's assistant is still alive, he will help you fight them. But he died, so. The most difficult part when playing on Legendary is that there are a couple archers on the other side of the room, and they will be shooting you with arrows as you're trying to take out these guys. Fortunately, the game is not too bad about computer-controlled projectiles always hitting you. They actually can miss and do somewhat regularly. But as soon as I say that, they're trying to prove me wrong. Fortunately, I do have healing. Even if I didn't need to rely on the healing spell, I would be using it regularly. I feel like no matter what type of character you're playing, mage or otherwise, restoration magic is still a very valuable skill to have. So I will be using healing frequently, especially after battles. I will prefer to use healing to get my health back rather than wait for it to regenerate naturally. I just feel like it's a good habit to get into to keep your to get your restoration up. When you level up magical skills in this game, it doesn't improve the efficacy of the spell, but it does, will over time at least, reduce the magic cost of that spell, or that spell type at least. So I won't restore more health by leveling up my restoration, but it will cost me less magic to restore my health. So I lit up that oil to try and get some damage on these guys. It didn't work as well as I would hope, but it did work. Mostly waiting for Hadvar to take this guy out. My rules are very strict. I can't even take arrows from enemies. I use flames on Hadvar instead of the soldier. So even the arrows I use need to be crafted. Like, now I won't be so strict about it as to make sure that I don't have any arrows that have been added to my inventory by being hit by an archer. I will. No, if I'm using, for example, steel arrows, and I get hit by a steel arrow and it gets added to my inventory, I'm not going to drop an arrow just because of that.
Let's see where this goes.
But for the most part, I will be using crafted arrows. I won't loot them from an archer. So once Hadvar crosses that bridge, a rock will fall and break it. I will go over this way. And loot the skeleton and the coin purse. I can loot gold here and there, but no. Equipment and the like, no, I cannot. I also have a habit of emptying every chest I find, even if I don't want the things in it. I will try and break that habit, but it is pretty deeply ingrained. So eventually Hadvar will catch up to me and find that obvious way that doesn't go anywhere is blocked, and then he will come this way. I will save again because I'm going to fight more soon. Hadvar's taking longer than usual. So normally I would have looted the bow from those archers, and I would have it now to attack the spiders before they attack me. For the most part, the frostbite spiders are not difficult to take out. They are mildly terrifying, but in terms of, fighting them, they're not that bad. Normally, I very much enjoy looting their venom after fighting them. I don't really use a lot of potion, or a lot of poisons, but it does sound nice. But I will check the egg sacs for spider eggs, and the, I think I knocked it down, but desiccated corpse has gold. And once again, something, at least one thing stayed the same between recordings. I got an ESPN notification while I was recording. There's Websack with Skeever Tail. I will take those as well, more alchemical ingredients. And then I will come this way. Fortunately, I do get to amend something that I forgot to mention last time. At this point, Advar will stop moving and will not move forward without you. This is true of Rayloff as well. They will stop right here. And if you want to, get into sneak and attack him with a weapon, or cast spells on him forever, you can essentially get your skills all the way, at least weapon skills, maxed out completely just while Hadvar is standing here. But I typically don't do that. So this bear head, he gave you a bow and arrows if you want to attack it. You can also sneak past, but I always kill this bear for a couple of reasons. One, it feels nice to be able to kill a bear without too much difficulty, and this is the only bear in the game you'll be able to say that about. Also, I want his pelt, because bear pelts give you 4 leather, and I'm going to want to craft a set of armor as quickly as possible, and that extra leather will be advantageous to me. So, now that bear is dead, we can keep moving forward and exit the cave and get into the main part of the game. Out of the tutorial area, essentially.
This looks like the way out.
This,
Helgen
Helgen is a well-crafted tutorial area. You can get both one- and two-handed weapons from enemies. You get a bow. You have your spells to start off, plus robes and a hood if you're intending to play a mage. It is fairly well-crafted. So, like I said before, I will turn on survival later on. I will wait for Hadvar. Now I'll tell you about the first time I played this game on release day.
But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back.
As soon as Hadvar was able to be, I tried to pickpocket him. I failed, he caught me, and he chased me all the way to Riverwood, rather than me going there with him, as the game will let you do anyway. They'll tell you to split up, but you don't have to. You can talk to Hadvar a little bit now. Sometimes I forget, and I talk to him when I actually get to Riverwood. He has some of his dialogue available now.
But you can bet if you want to help stop that dragon.
Maybe I will join.
The Legion is Skyrim's only hope right now. Come on, we better get moving. I hope that dragon, General Tully.
He has quite a bit of dialogue available. Just saw a rabbit run by.
This time, he surrendered. I thought we were taking Ulfric back to. Hard to believe it was just a.
Yes, the dragons are dead.
Even I'll admit.
Or are they?
That's the part that Ulfric's supporters always conveniently forget about. Unless the Empire stands together, the Thalmor will.
I'm not sure where the rabbit went.
We better keep moving.
But I won't worry about it.
The dragon might be up there watching us right now.
So there are a number of plants, butterflies, mountain flowers, thistle along the way to Riverwood. If you want to make a lot of potions, it doesn't hurt to pick those up. So the first time I played and I ran past and tried to pickpocket Hadvar, it means he did not take me along the normal path to Riverwood, which means, well, I probably at that time wouldn't have picked any of the plants along the way anyway. But I didn't get to hear him talk about Bleak Falls Barrow,
When I was a boy, that place always
which
used
is
to give me
basically,
nightmares.
on the typical playthrough, is probably one of the first dungeons, if not the first dungeon you'll get to.
I admit, I still don't
It will
miss
not be for me, but normally it is one of the first places to go. Also, I missed out on this completely. I did not know the Guardian Stones existed for a while.
These are the Guardian Stones. Three of
Three of the 13
foundations stand
runestones
beside
that will
the
restore
dark
order to
Skyrim
my
landscape.
tower.
Go ahead, see for yourself.
There's some hanging moss on the back of them, and you can never have too much hanging moss. I will take the Warrior Stone, even though I'm going to be focusing mostly on thief skills. The Warrior Stone will make him happy, and when I'm crafting my first set of armor, having the Warrior Stone will make my smithing go up just a tiny bit more. So obviously, looking at the next video after this one, there will be some discrepancies between what I have in my inventory and how much my skills have increased. But after that, things should be normalized. I just know that I can't stream and record at the same time with my current computer, 10 years old as it is. So there are 3 wolves that will sometimes appear and sometimes won't. There's also an alpha wolf, which I believe is the only one in the game. I will make sure to take their pelts as well for more leather. There are a couple arrows in that guy. And that one. Him. And drop that. Wolf. I will drop the arrows that I got from the other wolf, and they'll then have their ring or something on them. Alright. It's time for basically a 50-50 chance. Either Hadvar will behave normally and walk into Riverwood and then talk to his uncle, or there are 2 other things that could happen. One is he can just keep running straight through Riverwood, never stopping. Or he can just refuse to enter Riverwood entirely. Just stop walking and wait outside the gate. And never moving forward. Even if you sprint into him and push him, he just won't behave normally ever again. So let's see what happens this time. He is still moving. He almost stopped. He went to the gate. He's talking about his uncle. He's not running anymore. No matter how many bug fix mods you install, there are still going to be bugs. But it looks like things are working out this time.
Did I see you talking to Sven? Maybe not.
Vandal, I just got into town. You shut your mouth.
I would stay away from him if I were you.
And who's this?
He's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat.
I still have to at least, talk to them before I can take the ingots, but I'll be able to take them very shortly. So I'm going to not attack the Riverwood chicken. On my first playthrough, I did that immediately after escaping Hadvar. and then all the townspeople attacked me. And as there are no guards in Riverwood yet, I couldn't yield to them and get rid of my bounty. So I had to flee Riverwood and run all the way to Run, just so that I could stop getting killed by the villagers. Yeah, I had a fun first experience with the game. I mean, at least attacking the Riverwood chicken is basically a rite of passage for someone playing the game for the first time, so it's not like I wasn't getting the, I suppose, proper experience. So I'll just sit in this chair. Apparently Hadvar is not interested in talking anymore. He has to sit down before this quest will progress. Move, Hadvar. Fine, I'll just have to Hadvar myself.
Every day we get visitors in Riverwood, of course. But what's all this about?
Oh, I can take his stuff even if he's not talking to me. I'll take the ingot and the lockpick and the grilled chicken breast. I'll leave him the rest of the stuff.
What? A dragon? In Helgen? That explains what I saw earlier. Flying down the valley from the south. I was hoping I was wrong about what I thought it was. A dragon. The Jarl needs... We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf.
So basically, whether Hadvar is working properly or not, Alfor will tell you that you need to talk to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to get him to send soldiers here to defend Riverwood. Hadvar is broken, which means Sigrid
Make yourself at home.
also won't
All right,
help.
then.
Take what you need, my friend.
Let me see if just waiting an hour fixes anything.
Hadvar, we've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry.
Then progressed Sigrid, and she told him to sit down.
Now then.
So yes, waiting an hour did help.
How did you get away?
I don't know where to start. You know I was assigned to General Tullius Skald.
The dialogue is a little bit different than it will be typically.
By a dragon.
When your friend told me, I didn't believe it at first either.
Mara's mercy. A dragon? In Helgen? Why, you could be here at any moment.
Actually, I've never seen this dialogue before. 3,000 plus hours, and I've never had the game glitch in quite this way.
Go on, Hadvar. Let's hear the rest of it.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just...
Typically, he'll ask, Alvor will ask Hadvar if he's
I
drunk.
don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my
He tells him
friend.
about the dragon.
I need to get back to
Dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. Glad to help however I can. May the gods watch over your back. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way.
And,
Cross
I'll tell you how to get to Whiterun,
Jarl.
and about the Jarl.
I don't. But I've no doubt he'll prove. Of course. That doesn't.
You can ask about Elisith and
That's
events
what started
in
this whole
Skyrim.
Good. She and
He'll tell you about the town.
the grind.
You can ask if you can use his forge,
People are
and what he thinks about the war,
It's from that
and the Thalmor,
but that dragging people
and,
in the middle of
if you're playing Anniversary Edition, you can ask about armoring your horse.
Mhm.
And you can ask the same things of Sigrid and Hadvar as well, about Whiterun and how to get there.
Be careful.
So I'm actually going to
Be anywhere.
sleep until the morning in their bed, to make sure that Hadvar is by his forge and to get a well-rested bonus. If you sleep in a unowned bed, you get 5% increase to your skills. An owned bed, 10%, and a well-rested bonus. And if you sleep in the same bed as a spouse, you get 15%. Since I do not own this bed, it's 5% increase.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course.
So I can take the iron ingots now, which you can do if you help him anyway. The steel, though, I can take because I went with Hadvar. I'll wait 1 more hour so he's actually over here. And I will wait for him to actually start doing something. And then I can ask him,
Within reason, of course.
maybe.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
I do not have either of the
All right, then.
options I want in that.
Whatever you need.
Here we go. Need any help around the forge?
Yes, actually.
You can do this with
How about
any
just sticking an iron
blacksmith, but
dagger?
I like to do it with
There's
him.
everything you need to make one.
So he will tell you about using the forge and give you everything you need to make an iron dagger. So that's how you make a weapon.
Decent weapon you've made there.
And then if you talk to him again,
Iron,
tell him you made an iron dagger.
but it's a little
He'll tell you
dull.
about upgrading weapons. You use the grindstone and some metal,
Grindstone.
and you can improve a weapon that way.
I could afford you the
Talk to him
sneaky
again,
this look. You want to keep helping?
and he'll tell you about
To make some armor.
tanning leather on a tanning
Some
rack.
leather on the rack.
I will go ahead and tan the wolf pelts the elk hide he gave me and the cave bear pelt. Get all of their leather.
Ah, good. Let's see if you
He will
can
then
make a
give you
hide.
more leather and leather strips, ask you to make a hide helmet. So you can make weapons and armor at the forge.
Yes. Huh.
And then he will tell you about improving weapon
This
or
leather to the
improving
workbench
armor
over there.
at the workbench. I can improve the hide helmet. The only thing a forge may have that is not here is a smelter that you use to turn ore into ingots,
Yes.
but not every blacksmith area has one of those,
Working at-
unfortunately.
Why don't you keep that dagger and
So he'll let you keep them,
you'll remember take a look.
which I will for at least the moment, until I get other
Next
things.
time.
So I do not have any leather strips right now. But I'm going to want to make, or I have one leather strip. I'm going to want to make, basically a full set of leather scout armor. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Why you smear if it's simple and
So I will need a little bit more leather, but I'm going to turn one piece into 4 leather strips
You looking for a new blade?
and get the scout armor and the boots. I need more leather strips.
Iron and steel mostly. I might even have some of your fancy elven pieces.
And I can make the
somewhere.
gauntlets now. I have a helmet, but I want to have a full set of leather scout. I will equip that hide helmet for the moment.
I could forge you a
I can find a couple more wolves if I head out this way. I will end this video once I have my full set of leather scout armor. That's basically where I ended off previously. I will point out that I always make sure to take any more tapanella I find. To me, that is a very important alchemical ingredient, as I will explain in due time. If you see lots of trees, more tapanella is often on tree stumps and fallen trees. There will be wolves right up here. When they hit me, I assume they will hit me at some point. At least I have the basics of a armor set, so they won't one-shot me. I am going to run though, because that is not going well. I suppose I should use the iron dagger as well. get that in my right hand. And as I'm getting close to the wolf again, I'll heal a little bit. So, wolves are not too dangerous in general, but everything is more dangerous on legendary difficulty. There are 3 wolves in that area. Only 2 of them will typically attack you. I'm dead. Oh well. I did die multiple times in the first video, so at least you get to see my death. And of course, I did not save after killing that wolf. I believe my last save was when I waited for Alvor to move to the forge. We'll see if the game actually loads. It may or may not. I said in the original video that I was going to clip my fingernails soon, and I haven't yet. The good news is you get to actually read the tips that the loading screen has for me. And as I predicted, okay, well, I'll cut to after I've killed the wolves. I don't need to watch all of this again. And we're back in. I didn't make the armor again, but I was just more careful about fighting them, so it went fine. So now, with the additional pelts from those wolves, I can make a full set of leather scout armor. I have one other strip left over. So, moving forward, I've got an armor rating of 63 to start off. And I can come in here and sell the extra hide helmet. Even unupgraded, the other scout helmet has a higher armor rating. I just sold the... Be careful and do not sell your armor. But I did not do that originally, so when I load the new save, or the old save, I guess, at this point, it will be fine. So I'm going to end off things here, and moving forward, my stats and inventory will be a little bit different, but hopefully now that I know that it is not helpful for me to try and stream and record at the same time, we shouldn't have too many more issues. I'm going to do what I forgot to do before. I like to end sections with reading a book. Let's read the Book of the Dragonborn by Prior Emmeline Madrine, Order of Talos, Wynn and Prairie, year 360 of the Third Era, 21st of the reign of His Majesty Pelagius IV. Many people have heard the term Dragonborn. We are of course ruled by the Dragonborn Emperors, but the true meaning of the term is not commonly understood. For those of us in the Order of Talos, this is a subject dear and dear to our hearts, and in this book I will attempt to illuminate the history and significance of those known as Dragonborn down through the ages. Most scholars agree that the term was first used in connection with the Covenant of Akatosh, when the blessed Saint Alessia was given the Amulet of Kings, and the dragon fires in the Temple of the One were first lit. Akatosh, looking with pity upon the plight of men, drew precious blood from his own heart, and blessed Saint Alessia with this blood of dragons, and made a covenant that so long as Alessia's generations were true to the dragon blood, Akatosh would endeavor to seal tight the gates of oblivion, and to deny the armies of Daedra and undead to their enemies, the Daedra-loving Aelids. Those blessed by Akatosh with the dragon blood became known more simply as Dragonborn. The connection with the rulers of the Empire was thus there from the beginning, Only those of the dragon blood were able to wear the amulet of kings and light the dragon fires. All the legitimate rulers of the empire have been dragonborn. The emperors and empresses of the first Cyrodiilic Empire founded by Alessia, Riemann Cyrodiil and his heirs, and of course Tiber Septim and his heirs, down to our current emperor, His Majesty Pelagius Septim IV. Because of this connection with the emperors, however, the other significance of the Dragonborn has been obscured and largely forgotten by all but scholars and those of us dedicated to the service of the Blessed Talos, who was Tiber Septim. Very few realize that being Dragonborn is not a simple matter of heredity, being the blessing of Akatosh himself. It is beyond our understanding exactly how and why it is bestowed. Those who became Emperor and light the dragon fires are surely Dragonborn. The proof is in the wearing of the amulet and the lighting of the fires. But were they Dragonborn and thus able to do these things? Or was doing the sign of the blessing of Akatosh descending upon them? All that we can say is that it is both, and neither, a divine mystery. The line of Septims have all been Dragonborn, of course, which is one reason the simplistic notion of it being hereditary has become so commonplace. But we know for certain that the early Cyrodiilic rulers were not all related. There is also no evidence that Riemann Cyrodiil was descended from Alessia, although there are many legends that would make it so, most of them dating from the time of Riemann and likely attempts to legitimize his rule. We know that the Blades, usually thought of as the Emperor's bodyguards, originated in Akaviri crusaders who invaded Tamriel for obscure reasons in the late First Era. They appear to have been searching for a Dragonborn. The events at Pale Pass bear this out, and the Akaviri were the first to proclaim Riemann Cyrodiil as Dragonborn. In fact, it was the Akaviri who did the most to promote his standing as Emperor, although Riemann himself never took that title in his lifetime. And of course there is no known hereditary connection between Tiber Septim and any of the previous Dragonborn rulers of Tamriel. Whether there can be more than one Dragonborn at any time is another mystery. The Emperors have done their best to dismiss this notion, but of course the imperial succession itself means that at the very least there are two or more potential Dragonborn at any time, the current ruler and his or her heirs. The history of Blades also hints at this, although little is known of their activities during the interregnum between Riemann's empire and the rise of Tiber Septim. Many believe that the Blades continued to search out and guard those they believed were, or might be, Dragonborn during this time. Lastly, we come to the question of the true meaning of being Dragonborn. The connection with dragons is so obvious that it has almost been forgotten. In these days when dragons are a distant memory, we forget that in the early days, being Dragonborn meant having the dragon blood. Some scholars believe that was meant quite literally, although the exact significance is not known. The Nords tell tales of Dragonborn heroes who are great dragon slayers, able to steal the power of the dragons they killed. Indeed, it is well known that the Akaviri sought out and killed many dragons during their invasion, and there is some evidence that this continued after they became Riemann Cyrodiil's Dragon Guard, again the connection to dragons, the direct predecessor to the Blades of today. I leave you with what is known as the Prophecy of the Dragonborn. It is often said to originate in an Elder Scroll, although it is sometimes also attributed to the ancient Akaviri. Many have attempted to decipher it, and many have also believed that its omens had been fulfilled and that the advent of the last Dragonborn was at hand. I make no claims as an interpreter of prophecy, but it does suggest that the true significance of Akatosh's gift to mortalkind has yet to be fully understood. When misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world, when the brass tower walks and time is reshaped, when the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles, when the Dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the white tower falls, when the snow tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding, the world either wakes and the wheel turns upon the last Dragonborn.